If you're the Dallas Cowboys, if you're Jerry Jones, you got to go get Bill Belichick. You got to go get him. You got to go get him. You can point to how putrid the New England Patriots have looked since Tom Brady departed. You can point to the lack of development in Mac Jones because Matt Patricia and Joe Judge was an offensive coordinator last season and Bill O'Brien couldn't fix the mess that they created this season. You can point to all of that. Let me tell you something right now. Devin McCourty said it best on NBC yesterday. Quote, if that's Bill Belichick team, that don't happen. You don't see missed assignments. You don't see dudes utterly clueless schematically because Matt LaFleur is running rings around you as a coach. You don't see any of that. I don't see how you can't go get Bill Belichick. If you're Jim Harbaugh, you're going to want say in front office personnel decisions. If you're Bill Belichick, you can't make that argument now. I don't see a problem with their roster. I see a problem with Hart.
The air is thick with tension in Dallas. The whispers are growing louder, turning into a roar that no one can ignore. The Dallas Cowboys, a franchise that once stood atop the NFL's mountain, is now teetering on the edge of an abyss. And the man who might just pull them back or push them over is none other than Bill Belichick, the most polarizing and enigmatic figure in the history of football coaching. The stakes have never been higher, and the consequences could be catastrophic. CeeDee Lamb, the crown jewel of the Cowboys offense, is missing from the preseason camp. His absence is a glaring hole in a team that is already under immense scrutiny. And Jerry Jones, the ever-defiant owner, has publicly dismissed the urgency of signing Lamb, as if daring fate to test him. But behind the scenes, something far more seismic is unfolding, something that could shake the very foundation of the NFL. Asante Samuel, a man who has been in the trenches with Belichick, has set the football world ablaze with his audacious prediction Bill Belichick will be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys next year. Samuel's words are not just speculation, they are a warning. A warning that the Dallas Cowboys, a team already on the brink, could be about to make the most monumental decision in modern NFL history. This isn't just about adding a coach, it's about igniting a firestorm that could either resurrect or incinerate America's team. Let's be clear, the Dallas Cowboys are not just any football team. They are a global brand, a symbol of both greatness and hubris. Under Jerry Jones's leadership, they have become as much a media spectacle as a sports franchise. Every move is scrutinized, every decision dissected. The Cowboys operate in an environment where the pressure is not just intense, it's suffocating. And now, into this cauldron of expectations, we are contemplating dropping Bill Belichick, a man whose very presence commands respect, fear, and awe in equal measure. But why would Belichick, a coach who has built his legacy on discipline, control, and a laser focus on football, step into this maelstrom? The Cowboys are a team where football often takes a backseat to the theatrics, where the lines between the game and the spectacle are blurred beyond recognition. Belichick's success in New England was predicated on creating an environment devoid of distractions, where the only thing that mattered was winning. In Dallas, distractions are the norm, and the spotlight never dims. Can the most disciplined coach in NFL history survive, let alone thrive in the NFL's greatest three-ring circus? Jerry Jones is not just an owner, he is a force of nature. His hands are in every aspect of the Cowboys' operations, from roster decisions to public relations. After every game, it's Jones, not the coach, who steps into the spotlight to give his take. This is not just unusual, it's antithetical to everything Bill Belichick stands for. Belichick has spent his entire career avoiding the limelight, letting his work on the field speak for itself. In Dallas, the limelight is inescapable, and the pressure to not just win but to entertain is relentless. But this is about more than just a clash of personalities. It's about a fundamental difference in philosophy. Belichick is the epitome of a coach who demands absolute control. In New England, he was the unquestioned leader, the final authority on all things football. But in Dallas, Jerry Jones is the king, and no one, not even a coach with 6 Super Bowl rings, can escape his shadow. The idea of Belichick and Jones coexisting in the same organization is almost unthinkable. It's a scenario fraught with potential conflict, where the power struggle could overshadow everything else. And yet, this is the move that Jerry Jones might be forced to make. The Cowboys, for all their talent and resources, have been spinning their wheels for years. Mike McCarthy, the current head coach, has led the team to impressive regular season records, but his playoff performances have been nothing short of disastrous. Another early exit from the postseason, and the cries for change will become deafening. Jones, always one to make a splash, might see Belichick as the only coach capable of breaking the Cowboys cycle of mediocrity. But at what cost? Belichick's resume is beyond reproach: 302 regular season wins, 31 playoff victories, and 6 Super Bowl titles. He is, without question, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, coaches in the history of the sport. But his recent years with the Patriots have been marred by decline. Since Tom Brady's departure, Belichick has been unable to replicate the success that defined his career. The Patriots have posted a 29-39 record over the last 4 seasons, with only 1 playoff appearance to show for it. This has led to whispers, dangerous, insidious whispers, that perhaps Belichick's time has passed, that without an elite quarterback like Brady, he is just another coach. And this is where the plot thickens. The Cowboys' quarterback situation is a quagmire. Dak Prescott, the face of the franchise, is talented but inconsistent. His future with the team is uncertain, and with his contract coming to an end, the Cowboys are at a crossroads. They must decide whether to double down on Prescott or to cut their losses and start anew. But this decision is not just about Prescott, it's about Belichick. Would the greatest coach of all time risk his legacy by stepping into a situation without a clear answer at the most important position on the field? It's a gamble of epic proportions, one that could either elevate Belichick to untouchable status or tarnish his legacy forever. The challenges don't stop there. The Cowboys roster, while star-studded, is precariously balanced. If the team chooses to keep Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and pay Micah Parsons, the financial strain will be immense. The offensive line, once the backbone of the team, could crumble under the weight of these contracts. The secondary and running back positions could become glaring weaknesses. On the other hand, if the Cowboys let Prescott go, they might have the cap space to build a more balanced team, but finding a quarterback capable of leading them to glory would be a Herculean task. This is the situation that Belichick would inherit, an unstable foundation that could collapse at any moment. But perhaps the most significant obstacle of all is the potential clash between Belichick and Jones. Belichick has always been a coach who demands control, total, absolute control. In New England, he was the final word on all football matters. Robert Kraft, the Patriots owner, trusted Belichick implicitly, giving him the autonomy he needed to build a dynasty, but in Dallas, that kind of freedom is a fantasy. Jerry Jones is not just an owner, he's the face of the franchise, the ultimate decision maker. The idea of these two titans coexisting in the same organization is almost laughable. The power struggle would be immediate, intense, and potentially destructive. But what if against all odds Belichick and Jones could make it work? What if they could find a way to balance Belichick's need for control with Jones's need to be involved? The result could be nothing short of spectacular. The Cowboys, under Belichick's leadership, could become a juggernaut, a team that combines defensive brilliance with offensive firepower. The prospect of Belichick molding Prescott, Lamb, and Parsons into a Super Bowl winning unit is tantalizing. It's the kind of move that could reignite the Cowboys dynasty and cement both Belichick and Jones as legends in the annals of NFL history. But let's not kid ourselves, the road to the Super Bowl would be anything but smooth. Belichick is 72 years old. He is, without question, one of the sharpest minds in football, but time is not on his side. If he takes the job in Dallas, it would be for a short-term stint, perhaps 5 years at most. The pressure to deliver, and to deliver quickly, would be immense. Anything less than a Super Bowl would be seen as a failure, and the scrutiny from the media and fans would be relentless. Moreover, the atmosphere in Dallas is unlike anything Belichick has ever experienced. The Cowboys are not just a football team, they are an institution, a symbol, a spectacle. The media attention is constant, the expectations overwhelming. Belichick, who has always valued stability and focus, would be stepping into an environment that is the antithesis of everything he stands for. The question is not just whether Belichick can win in Dallas, it's whether he can survive the circus. Then there's the matter of legacy. Belichick's legacy is already secure. He is a first-ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest coaches in the history of sports. But the last few years have been tough, and his reputation has taken a hit. The whispers that his success was more a product of Tom Brady's brilliance than his own coaching genius have grown louder. If Belichick were to take over the Cowboys and fail to win a Super Bowl, it could further tarnish his legacy. On the other hand, if he succeeds, it would be the ultimate vindication, the final proof that Bill Belichick is indeed the greatest of all time. The question that looms over all of this is whether Jerry Jones is willing to take the gamble. Hiring Bill Belichick would be the most audacious, high-risk move of his career, a move that could either resurrect the Cowboys dynasty or plunge them further into the abyss. For Jones, the stakes could not be higher. His legacy, too, is on the line. The pressure to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Dallas is immense, and the window of opportunity is closing fast. As the 2024 season approaches, the tension in Dallas is palpable. Mike McCarthy's future hangs by a thread, and the whispers of Belichick's arrival grow louder with each passing day. The drama is reaching a fever pitch, and the decisions made in the coming months will determine the future of the Cowboys for years to come. In the end, the saga of Bill Belichick and the Dallas Cowboys is about more than just football. It's about power, control, legacy, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. It's about two titans, Belichick and Jones, locked in a dance that could either bring them to the pinnacle of success or destroy them both. The entire NFL is watching, waiting to see how this high-stakes drama will unfold. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: the Dallas Cowboys are once again at the center of the NFL universe, and the next chapter in this story will be nothing short of epic. The decisions made in the coming months will reverberate throughout the league, shaping the future of the Cowboys and the legacy of Bill Belichick. This is not just a story about football, it's a story about the very soul of the NFL. And when the dust finally settles, the landscape of the league will never be the same. The clock is ticking. The stakes are at their highest. And the world is watching. Will Bill Belichick become the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys? Will Jerry Jones pull the trigger on the most audacious move in NFL history? The answers to these questions will define the future of America's team and the legacy of two of the most powerful men in football.